It is Nick's shell, but it is also Jack's shell. And all we ever talk about is hair loss, or at least that's all I ever talk about. But since my dad's here, that means he has to talk about hair loss. But specifically, I feel like a common question showing up is questions about hair transplants. And so what I wanted to ask my dad today, and I don't even know what he's gonna say. All I said, here's what I'm gonna ask you in 12 seconds. I wanna ask, if my dad was in my situation right now, with where I'm at, and he could get a hair transplant, and it was decently affordable, and he could get it, meaning that the rest of his life, he would have, full head of hair. Because with a hair transplant, it would take care of this, and it could still be done. It's not too late for me. People keep saying, Nick, get the hair transplant before it's too late. Do it, do it, do it. And I'm like, no, I don't need it. I don't want it. But that's what I think. Who cares what I think at this point? Today I want to ask my dad, if you were my age with the hair loss I have, and you could get a hair transplant right now and be decently affordable, knowing you could have hair the rest of your life, would you do it? That's the question.
Well, actually, when I was your age, my hair loss was about the same as yours, and I really wasn't concerned about that because that's kind of a natural man top, hair loss, and so it really wasn't a concern. So I would say no, I wouldn't do it right now. And another thing to me, I've seen hair transplants, and yeah, they look good, but you can still, if you look, you can tell it's a hair transplant. I've known two people have them, and I don't want anything that's not real, personally, but that's the way I feel about that.
Out of curiosity, how long have they had the hair transplant? How long ago did they get them?
Well, I know one, he's probably had it about 20 years or more, yeah.
So he would have been in his 40s when he got it, or 30s?
Yeah.
So how is that age, and has he gone back and got it redone, or?
Well, from, it's, no, he hasn't, not that I know of, but it's, I guess he's lost more natural hair, so it's thinner than what it was when he first got the transplant.
Okay, because I know like now I guess they go back and they fill in the gaps. You go back and you go back, and like that's one of my things too. Even if fundamentally I wasn't opposed to giving them for myself, I don't like the idea of having to go back and get it done.
Right. Yeah.
It's like it's still kind of the same process. Like you're still having to deal with it.
Still there. It's just easier and simpler just to let nature happen and just go with it, because you're still the same person. People are not going to treat you any different, just because your hair loss. Just something, you deal with, you get used to, and it's fine. Life is fine.
I want to ask you this for our final question on this video. Let's say that we had the DNA that caused us to lose no hair, and we were just straight across hairlines, no thinning at all. How would your life have been different? You're 60 now. How would your life have been different? Because this started for you, you noticed it when? What age when you started noticing it?
About 25.
25.
Yeah.
So how would your life have been different all these years had you not lost any hair at all, or any receding or anything? How would your life be different today?
I can't think of any way that it would be any different than the way it is now. I mean, I probably wouldn't wear a hat as much as I do, when I'm outside now. But besides that, I don't see any difference.
So you can't think of anything in life that you missed out on, other than the fact of not having a full head of hair all much life, but any missed opportunities? Because there's people who say, and evidently studies that have come out said, well, a man who has less hair is less likely to get the promotion or get the whatever it is. Have you ever had any discrimination because somebody had more hair than you?
No. I would say the only thing is, when it first starts happening, I mean, like yours, that's not an issue. But, once it starts getting thinner and thinner on top, you're a little self-conscious about it at first, maybe the first year or so. But, as life goes on, you see it's just a natural thing. It's just going to happen, and no one cares. You get used to that after a while, and
so it did bother you at first when people noticed. Did people notice and say something? Did that?
Yeah. You got those people that's always going to say things. You know, I guess like first when it really bothered me is like going swimming. You know, it's okay until it gets wet, and then oh yeah, it's really noticeable then. And so I was really, you know, didn't want to go swimming for a while, but over that.
Okay. Well, I think that this is very valuable information, and I always love for you to hear another perspective, not just my own. Not that way. It's not anyone saying, "Well, it's just your beliefs and this is what you." Well, there's other people out there who can think more, because I've been referred to, and I'm proud of this title, a balding advocate. You know, the way I look at it, let other people do whatever they want to or need to do for their hair loss. But as for me, like you said, I just rather let nature happen.
Yeah, just
and
go with it.
I'm okay with it. So for those who needed to hear that, now you've heard it from father and son. And thank you for being a part of our channel, and thank you for being in this video. And I'm going to press stop, and then I'm going to press restart, and then we're going to do another video.
Okay.